Yeah, so as Rich said, we're working with a charity, School Food Matters. So it was basically all about putting children at the front and centre and really creating an edible, kind of immersive landscape. So over 80% of the species of plants in the garden are edible. So you've got classic things like artichokes and fennel and various herbs like rosemary and sage and thyme. But then also some really unusual things like those kind of weird, wonderful yellow spikes, which is a plant called a spodeline, which they used to eat during ancient Greek times. So effectively it's all about food and food education. So our walls are round earth walls, which were a bit of a challenge to make, as Rich would say. And they really represent soil. We've got water in there for water, so all the kind of different elements that are required for food production. And then really it was just about trying to move as far away as possible from plastic wrapped vegetables and supermarket shelves to kind of something that's really exciting and colourful and scented, and really just trying to engage kids about where food comes from. So I guess in terms of the build elements, it was mainly these kind of walls that we kind of got in. That big wall is about sort of 5, maybe even 6 tons. And they're made with different sort of size aggregates from dust up to about 20 mil. And then we put in some, what you'd normally use, about 10% cement, so stabilised round earth walls which can last in the UK. But we use something called Semfree, which we've been using on a couple of gardens, which is like a cement alternative which has got a really low carbon footprint. And then we've got pomegranate tree, a quince tree, and then like I say, like lots of sort of different textural edible plants. And then just really one child-sized pathway that meanders through the space to take you to that kind of central area where we've got a natural pool. Any questions?
Who was the sponsor for this garden?
So School Food Matters is a charity we're working with, and it was paid for by Project Giving Back, who are paying for about 15 gardens this year. So all of yours are
they're all Project Giving. So Project Giving Back is another charity that funds charities to build gardens, and they get the recognition, and then also they get the benefit of these gardens going back somewhere else. So all of the gardens that we've seen, the RSPCA one's going back to one of their centres. This is going to a school in Uxbridge. It's been shared between 2 schools. Not only do they get the kind of promotion of having a garden and the footfall and the press and all of that, they also actually get the physical benefit of having a garden as well.
So has it inspired you to want to build show gardens?
More extravagant than I previously thought. Went to uni for beauty gardens world. That's small scale compared to this. But
still a show garden?
Still a show garden, but these are humongous, and what a cracker.
Good.
I'd really love to, in the future, I don't know, whatever, just come here or come to a bigger show garden or show event.
So to give you some context on that, right? So Richie's been going 22 years, I've been going 10 years, and Mark Gregory's been going 34 years. So the first garden, Mark was breaking down his first garden the day I was born, right? So, or that weekend. So when I came here to help someone else years ago, and I walked down that corner and was like, wow, that's what I want to do, I went for it. And I think I said this to some of you when I came in for that talk. But people like Rich, people like Mark, people like Dave, the Transcendence Garden, you didn't see the contract, have helped me along, helped me to be able to come in and do the things I've been doing and the things I've been building. So you've got to think that's only a 10-year period for me setting this business up. And I'm 34. I'm not massive, I know I'm probably a little older, but I'm not that much older than you lot. Which goes to show that it doesn't have to be a long-term thing. It's realistically in the medium term for you lot, if you want.
So when, you started your company, 10 years ago? You've been coming here for 10 years, so how long have you been coming?
I've been building show gardens since 2012. But I was building at Hampton before, and then my first garden I came here was in 2015. But I was helping other companies, like subcontracting into other companies, like what this company are doing with Rich and stuff like that, and working and learning. So you learn with these more established contractors. you know, and you learn how to do it, right ways to do things, you know, and then it eventually gets to the point where they normally turn around and go, I can't do this garden, do you want to do it? And then you get your first garden on your own. And then you get to do that, and it's scary, and then you do one, and then you might get asked to do another one, and it goes like that. But you've got to be willing to work with people and work hard and be good at what you do.
Put yourself in the places where you can get the opportunity to make things come to you.
The key is put yourself out there, be friendly, do a good job, and be consistent. Consistency is the key, all the time. Rich will tell you this, isn't it, Rich? When you're looking for anyone to take on for work, good mentality, consistency. You know, skill set can be taught, but you can't teach someone to get out of bed. You can't teach someone to turn up to work consistently and put a hard day's work in. They either got it or they don't. You just have to do it yourself.
Employed for attitude and trained for skills, I think.
Put it better than I did.
Yeah. It is definitely though. If someone's got the right attitude, they'll learn so quickly. And I think the other thing to say is that there is like a massive skill shortage in this industry, which Jake will attest to. I mean, you know, he could probably take on twice as much work as what he does if he had the people that could do it for him and carry it out on site. And it's the same for most of the companies I know, which means for you guys, there's so many opportunities out there. There really is in this industry. I mean, there's so much work that falls by the wayside just because we're looking for skilled people that are willing to do it.
So many job opportunities.
There is loads of opportunities at the moment.
And if you don't get put off by going, when you do look for work that you might not, there really is. You're just maybe not talking to the right people or whatever, but there is so many jobs, isn't there? Everyone we know needs to employ good people. Everyone. Like even Mark, you can walk up to any one person there. If you were eager and you've got a skill set, they'd be like, yeah, come and start next week. It's literally, that's the truth, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, so there's loads of opportunity to work in this industry. So keep up the training.
We'll try. Don't want to break our back too early, but you know, have a crack at it.
Learn. Keep looking for knowledge. Look outside the classroom. You know, YouTube is a great thing. Everything. Just keep trying to teach yourselves. College is one thing. College is great, but it won't teach you everything you need to know. So you need to want to teach yourselves too. Like homework, but you get to watch YouTube, which is pretty easy, really, isn't it? You get to watch how not to do it and how to do it, and you work out the right way to do it.
Figure out yourself as well.
Smash him.